Now, I came across this piece from Taha Hussain, الفتنة الكبرى, الكتاب, the book. It's called الفنتة الكبرى, the title. Let me read the first paragraph of the first page. هذا حديث أريد أن أخلصه للحق ما وسعني إخلاصه للحق وحده، وأن أتحرى فيه الصواب ما استطعت إلى تحري الصواب سبيلا، وأن أحمل نفسي فيه على الإنصاف لا أحيد عنه ولا أمالي فيه حزبا من أحزاب المسلمين على حزب، ولا أشايع على حزب، ولا أشايع فيه فريقا من الذين اختصموا في قضية عثمان دون فريق، فلست عثماني الهوى ولست شيعة لعلي، ولست أفكر في هذه القضية كما كان يفكر فيها الذين عاصروا عثمان واحتملوا معه ثقلها وجنوا معه أو بعده نتائجها. So here we've got quite a few interesting points to discuss before translating into English, because if we are translating into English we need to know some of the wording. For example, the title of the book is interesting because the title, it says الفتنة الكبرى, and of course the word الكبرى is has got a negative meaning to it, as it were. The meaning is that it is negative because the word الفتنة has got a negativity in it, and therefore it needs to be you need to choose a word for it. We can use the word ground, but then ground may be a positive one. We can compare it to a word in English like Great War, for example, the Great War, which is the First World War. So the word great can be a good word for al-fitna, for al-kubra. And because al-fitna is a negative thing, that's why we've chosen the word great in the negative meaning, as opposed to large, or as opposed to massive, or as opposed to grand. So that is one thing. And also, as I mentioned before, that you should not translate the title first. You should leave it till last, after you finish the whole thing. However, what's interesting is the word fitna, because the word fitna has got two meanings to it. One meaning, it means enchantment, charming, and then at the same time it has got ascension, or sedition. Let me look at the dictionary, what the dictionary says on it. We've got the word fitna, temptation. We have the word temptation. We have the word trial, charm, charmingness, attractiveness, enchantment, captivation, fascination, enticement, temptation, infatuation, intrigue, sedition, and dissension. I think the best two words will be maybe sedition or dissension, both correct. Both are closest to the meaning. But of course we cannot use fascination because it's got a positive meaning to it. Enchantment, positive. Captivation is positive. Temptation can have a positive, negative. Infatuation is a positive thing. But of course infatuation, fitna, meaning that it is very attractive. So here we can decide on either dissension or sedition. Then we move on to Taha Hussain, well, this is part one, of course, in his book, the first book. هذا حديث. Now here we can say conversation, and we can say talk, and we can say dialogue. Maybe dialogue is the best, or maybe dialogue, or maybe talk. I think talk is a good word as well. Dialogue, or it's not really dialogue, it's a monologue really. Monologue means talking to oneself, and that's what Taha Hussain is doing. He says, well, the person who's speaking, he says, هذا حديث أريد أن أخلصه للحق. The word حق is an issue, because he means it to be on the side of what's right, but at the same time also to the truth, with a capital T. So أخلصه للحق means to be on the true side, if you like. But at the same time, it can also mean truth as in God. هذا حديث أريد أن أخلصه للحق ما وسعني إخلاصه للحق وحده. وأن أتحرى فيه الصواب. صواب means what is right. أتحرى, you can say examine, investigate what is right. ما استطعت إلى تحري الصواب سبيلا, as much as I can. وأن أحمل نفسي على الإنصاف. إنصاف can be fairness and being fair and just. لا أحيد عنه, يعني I would not move to either side. ولا أمالي. أمالي means taking sides, that is taking to one side. أمالي حزبا من أحزابي على آخر. Of course أمالي can mean compliment as well. أمالي الممالاة لربما is that. So we need to know what أمالي is as well. ولا أشايع. أشايع means also support في فريقا. And أشايع means being follower of Ali. أشايع here in this meaning. اختصموا mean disputed في قضية عثمان, in Uthman's case, دون فريق. So to follow one team or one group than another. فلست عثماني الهوى. Okay, and then of course Uthmani here he meant the Caliph Uthman, and we have Caliph Ali here as well. ولست شيعة, here it doesn't mean Shiites. Shiites, you can't say that. You just say I'm not taking sides to be part of or follower of Ali or follower of Uthman or okay. ولست أفكر في هذه القضية كما كان يفكر فيها الذين عاصروا عثمان واحتملوا معه ثقلها. احتملوا, لاحظوا, عاصروا, they lived at the time of, واحتملوا معه ثقلها, and bore its burden. وجنوا, of course, harvest, we can say reap, or benefit as well can be. نتائجها, its outcomes. معه أو بعده, during his lifetime or after his death. This is how you translate معه أو بعده. معه means احتملوا معه, meaning with him at the time. They bear the burden and they have which has bore fruit at the end. وجنوا معه نتائجها, they harvested its outcomes, or they reaped its outcomes. I hope that in this kind of analysis, if we look at the English here, which I have actually attempted to, we can see how it has made it a bit more interesting to investigate or to look at. You can see here, just make sure that we got it right. So we have, this is the title, of course, this is the title. Let's put it together. This is the target text. أخلص للحق, يعني الحق, of course, sometimes يقال الموت حق. Yeah? So أو ذهب إلى ديار الحق, it means he went to heaven. So the word truth here in capital is to be, maybe God is the truth here. So this talk is to show my utmost, or to express, maybe, يعني show or express my utmost loyalty. Okay, ما أخلصه, الإخلاص للحق، أخلصه للحق. my utmost loyalty. يعني loyalty ولاء، ما بنقدر نقول dedication، إخلاص، تكريس، لكن loyalty is okay، ولاء، and utmost loyalty maybe إخلاص. Okay, to be as loyal as I can be, or to be as much loyal as possible, only to the truth. I need to examine, we can say examine, we can say أتحرى, investigate, okay, what is right as much as I can, and to endeavor, to achieve unwavering fairness. يعني الإنصاف لا أحيد عنه. And not to beguile one Muslim party over another. beguile أمالي، يعني إلى حد ما يعني فيها نوع من الميول إلى one side or another. أمالي one Muslim party over another. And not to take side with any group that disputed over the Ottomans' case. We can say caliphates, the caliphates, Osman's case. So here, of course, caliphate is very important. So we can, I have explained it here, third Muslim caliph. So as I am neither a follower of Uthman, third Muslim caliph, it's very important to explain it, and Ali, fourth Muslim caliph. Also, I do not think about this case in the same way as those who lived during Uthman's era and who bore with him its burden and who reaped its outcomes during his life or after his death. I was going to say posthumously, but then it could mean referring to the people, but I would say his life and his death, after his death. I mean, that is, you can say during his lifetime or posthumously, which will also mean the same thing. I hope that you've learned something from this exercise, which is quite interesting to do. طبعا هو عثماني الهوى. I'm not عثماني الهوى, i.e. I do not intend to be accepting what Uthman says. عثماني الهوى, it means that I am not taking sides with Uthman and nor with the other caliph. I hope that you've learned something from this quite interesting piece. I will, in the following recording, finish this page, that is the Great Sedition by Taha Hussain. Have a nice day.